but no, there is plans out there, and again, you sort of, they'll progress when we have the opportunity and the financial position to do so, but also when there is a necessity to do so. So, we're aware that our changing rooms at the moment, they're very unique in the fact that there's very few teams that have a second floor changing room. And at the moment, for the leagues we're playing in, they are big enough, but we're at the mercy of the FA. If the FA decide, right, okay, for step 2 on the women's side, your changing rooms need to be this size, we can't exactly build an extension on the second floor. So we have to then think about that and how we could sort of work around that.
I mean, yeah, well, let's hope the FA, don't cause too many issues then.
Yes.
Actually, the question that just popped up for me was where you said about the council owning the pan. How much would it cost to buy the pan for the club?
It's not necessarily how much it costs. It's whether the council would sell it.
Oh, okay.
Again, I think that is a question. I mean, obviously, if the opportunity came up, we would do everything we could to try and secure that, because once you got your ground, there's a huge amount we can do. There's funding and finance that we would have access to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, someone's got to be having a word at the council.
And and again, the one thing I would say is we have a really, really good relationship with the council. Very, very good, very strong relationship. And they're great to us. You think, I don't know if you was at the Man United FA Cup.
Yeah.
The fact they gave us the car park. They gave us the car park for the game, and
wow.
we're in constant talks with them about whether we could do that a little bit more, because having access to that car park just for the club's use on a match day, I mean, would be amazing. The amount of we could bring in food trucks, we could put an outside bars in there, you could have more things for fans out there. Would be fantastic for us.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that would be really good if that could happen. Brilliant. Well, that is the basis of all my questions, along with Jamie's. Going to go into some quick fire ones that you suggested. White shorts or black shorts? This has always been a debate amongst me and my friends. I think we're all pretty much in agreement on black shorts, but
black shorts.
Black shorts. Can we see that happening for the men's side next season? Is that could that be considered? Because the white shorts, the matching with the red and black, I've just never understood it.
I don't know. I think there's going to be instances where we do play a lot more with black shorts. For those, you weren't at Leatherhead, but I filled in as kit man for Leatherhead, and was it Leatherhead? Yeah, it was done it twice. Once this year we did play. We wore black shorts and red socks, and yeah. So yeah, do you know what? I can't. I have to say, I think our kit game has been pretty good over the last few years, and I'm going to give a massive shout out to Ed Briggs on this, because he drove a lot of the inspiration with the last couple of seasons kits. We worked really closely with Kappa, and myself and Ed went up and spent a day with Kappa a couple of years ago. The whole AC Milan inspiration 2 years ago, and last year was the away was Venezia. That was inspiring. And I actually think that's probably my favourite away. Well, that, and we wore an away kit 10 years ago that was an Adidas, and it was blue and candy blue and white stripe away shirt. That's still my favourite. Still have.
Go on.
I still have Christian Nanetti's match worn shirt in my Lewes shirt collection.
That is quite something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say like the Pinky Jones shirts always resonate to my childhood a lot. I think I tell you what, I actually had one. I need to speak to my dad about this because yeah, it's like the classic Pinky Jones shirt, the Nike shirts. It's got to be in the loft somewhere. I'm gonna have to have a retrieve it. I just literally just now remembered I have one because we've I've always saying about how yeah, retro Lewes shirts. I wish I had one, but I don't. And that, especially that one, that's not going to fit me. I look a bit like a freak wearing that. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say also like the away shirts have been incredible over the last 2 seasons, so I'm very much looking forward to seeing this season's one. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Best away boardroom hospitality.
Oh, interesting one. Leaston away used to be very good when we played there. Sausage and chips was very good. Corinthian Casuals away.
Casuals all.
Being served tea and cake by Mickey Stuart, obviously the president and legend of Surrey, and chatting with Alex Stewart is quite interesting in their boardroom. Maidstone away was very good, so looking forward to that tomorrow. Yeah, I think it's some very good way. 𝐿𝐶𝐬𝐬 away is always good. Nice people. Yeah, there's some really nice people in some boardrooms. And we have really good relationships with some clubs. There's other clubs that, yeah, I'm not going to mention any names, but
yeah, don't worry. Okay, and my last quickfire one. This is a great question. I'm quite glad I came up with this one, and I always have these discussions with my mates. But favorite pub in Lewes?
Oh, favorite pub in Lewes. Now, you see, I'm a very big craft beer fan. I really like Abyss's tap room.
Yeah.
Because it also has the Mexican food place outside. I like
it does.
Beaks, but Beaks is just in the middle of nowhere. You can't beat Lansdowne after you've had a really great win on a Saturday. Yeah, I'd say those.
Yeah, I think Abyss and Beak are good for. It's a different sort of vibe to like the classic old Lewes pub because they're a bit more like trendy, and Lanny's you always just get funny characters there every time I go. I was there last weekend. Just all these different characters. But yeah, sometimes we have pre-match pints there, but generally haven't recently because all the away fans go there. And also on match day, like pre-match there, it's just really hard to get a pint because there's so many people inside. But a lot of Lewes fans going there. Started going to the Royal Oak a bit more. It's bigger and they've got they've just recently outdone their outside bit. The Astro is quite good.
So the guy who manages the Royal Oak used to be our kit man.
Oh,
Louis.
Really? Okay. It's also where the club was founded, of course.
Yes, indeed.
Always like to tap that little sign. So yeah, quickly go on to some fan questions now. So this is from Instagram. Which signing are you most excited to see from Ollie Ordis, our old commentator?
Arthur Penny, I think.
Arthur Penny.
Yeah. Got to know him quite well because he lives about a minute's walk from where I live here, and so consequently the whole new process of signing contracts and players put on contracts mean that we have to sign things about 8 times. So I got to know him, but he looks to me a really exciting young player. Obviously comes straight out of Millwall. And yeah, I think he could be really exciting. Obviously, Alfie Egan. Bizarrely, I still haven't seen Alfie Egan play because I missed the first half at Whitstable when I just flown back from Dubai, and I missed the Peacehaven game.
Okay.
And so that's where he's played, and he's had a slight car strain. So I still haven't seen him play, but I I'm told he is a special player, so I'm looking forward to seeing him hopefully tomorrow.
Yeah, I think for me, I think I said this in my sort of little preview that I wrote. This has been the best transfer window that I've seen under Russell, I think. Obviously, like the first summer where you got an entire new squad, it was a bit tricky to kind of tell what was going to happen because you need everyone to gel. But the fact that we've got the core now that have all stayed, and we've got these new signings, and each signing that I've seen that we've made this summer, I think they're all necessary. They've got experience and they've got bags of talent as well. Like the fact you're saying about with Penny, like the few of my mates I came with that I went to Whitstable with, they were really excited by Penny. And for me, I think just from like all the little clips that I watch when I do this research to make these Twitter threads of the new players, the one I got most excited by was Whelpdale, just because he looks like just this like old style footballer, like these silky players. Like when I was growing up, my favorite QPR player was 𝐒𝐞𝐜𝐿, and he reminds me a lot of Whelpdale reminds me a lot of him. So I feel like he's just got a little bit of magic about him. So I'm quite looking forward to seeing that. Him linking up with Joe Taylor, I can see happening a lot. But yeah,
there's some other youngsters that we've had in and around the squad so far this summer have looked really good. There was a really good guy who came on at left back last week at Leatherhead. Really impressive. And actually, Dion came off after about 70 minutes and walked around behind the goal when me and John were saying, and he was going, hey, he's fantastic. We've got to get him on board. And then talking to Tony on Monday, we have our regular Monday sort of catch up.
Yeah.
He went, yeah, he's brilliant. He said, but he lives in Leeds.
What? He lives in Leeds, and he
yeah. So that might be a challenge.
Blimey. Okay. Any of these young players from our youth team by any chance?
Yes.
Or...
Yeah. You got a couple. There's one that's we signed reg forms for him last night.
Brilliant. Any names you can give?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. But he looks really good. He's filled in he's played centre back a couple of times. Not the tallest of players.
Okay.
And has also been centre midfield.
Was he at Whitstable?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I saw him. Yeah. I think I know who you mean. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, no, I get I'm in contact with like a fair amount of the players, and a few of them are the younger players. So I've always been really keen to see, one of our own come through, get that chant going out.
I think the other thing that's slightly different this year is that the team will train at Lewes twice a month. So we've trained for the last couple of years in Tunbridge Wells because that's how we've been able to get the quality of players we've had, because it's close to London and everything like that. So we always said that, we would progress over time into bringing the teams back to Lewes. So they'll be coming back to Lewes to train, but they'll be coming back to train with the 18s. So the 18s train on Thursday night. And that's what the first thing we're doing. So we want to start building that much closer integration between the two teams.
That's great to hear. And I think, that is really exciting. I think a lot of Lewes fans should be happy with that news, because I've seen over the years quite a few Lewes fans voicing their concerns over the fact that we trained in Tunbridge Wells, but I literally, if it meant the fact that we could get the players that we do, I really didn't see the issue at all. But
and there was some criticism a few years ago that we'd moved the 18s off our pitch, and there was a long-term plan for that. And I said at the time that this is something we need to do for a season, because we knew that we were in the process of applying for the grant for the pitch, and part of our plan for the pitch would be that the 18s came back.